So today's lesson is about how you begin your bridge build. So you've got your template all drawn out and you've got it covered with wax paper, tape it down, and you've got your beams. So the beauty of this is that if you drew your template correctly, you can simply start putting your beams on top of the template. This one I already cut to size. These happen to be all half sheets of paper. And once you get that bottom piece and that top piece appropriately placed, you can arrange them by taping it down to the wax paper. This is temporary to keep it from moving when the glue is drying. So we're just going to tape this down, and that helps keep everything stable. Now the tricky part is going to be cutting this on the right angle. So when you lay this on top, you can simply draw your line, your cut line, and go ahead excuse me, go ahead and make these cuts. See, they're on a little bit of an angle. The nice thing too is if you have a nice stockpile of beams and you happen to cut too short or you make a mistake, you can easily just discard the one that you cut too short, and you have plenty of beams to work with. Alright, so that looks pretty good for that. I'm going to cut one more over here. I think this angle is the same, so I'm going to use that to my advantage. And I'm going to line this up, draw my cut line, make my cut, see how it fits. Now once you get everything what we call dry fit, that's a nice dry fit, you can maybe try a little more tape before we glue it, because remember, to get a good glue joint we're going to need time and pressure. So I'm going to dry fit everything. Now I can squeeze this a little with my fingers to see how it's going to lock in, but my idea is to create this perimeter first. Don't worry about these pieces in here just yet. These perimeter pieces are critical on any truss. Now I just got to get my glue. Alright, so I got my glue, and I'm going to add a little glue to each joint. I'm going to let gravity do the work and help me get that glue in between the joint. So right now the glue is on top of the joint. I'm going to just separate this, bring it back together a few times, let the glue drip in. To the joint, in between. So this glue's got to get in between the joint. Alright. So that's how you start your truss build, okay, with this perimeter. All right, and if you wanted, you could actually apply some tiny pieces of paper as a cleat. I'll go over this in another video, but if you got a little extra glue on there, okay, you can put just a little bit on and use this as a cleat to mold over the joint. See how that works? That's really going to make that joint super strong. Alright, and now we're just going to let that be. We can also use the tape as a clamp and squeeze these joints. And then tomorrow I'll rip this off. This should all be dry and nice and strong. Okay, so you got a couple of interesting techniques there. Use of cleats, clamping with the tape. All right, those are all going to help give you nice strong joints. So good luck, and I look forward to seeing your progress.